Hey guys, in this video I will be showing the progress I have made on my game, The Larcenist, since the last devlog. Now unfortunately, I wasn't able to make much progress on my game in September, as I've participated in the 2024.2 Brecky's Game Jam with some of my friends in the first half of September. The video for that will be out soon. And near the end of the month, when I was expecting to make a lot of progress on my game, I got quite sick for about 2 weeks and ended up getting better at the start of October. Now don't worry, I still have stuff to show off in this devlog, as I worked extra hard this week to get out a bunch of features to make up for the lost time. If you are new here, The Larcenist is a GTA-like game set in Perth, Western Australia. I have been working on this game for about a year now, and by January 31st, 2025, I am hoping to have completed a minimum viable product. For those who don't know, a minimum viable product is basically a version of your product with the smallest amount of features which can be released. The first thing I did was add knockback to NPCs when you shoot them. Before I added this, when you shot an NPC and they ragdolled, the ragdoll had absolutely no reaction to where it got shot. Now when you shoot an NPC, the ragdoll has a force added to it depending on where the bullet hit the NPC. The next thing I added was the ability for the player to shoot and shatter the windows of cars. I then tried to add the ability for the player to shoot NPCs that are in cars. Unfortunately, they got quite angry when you did this. Now when you shoot an NPC inside of a car, they slouch over and faceplant into where the steering wheel would be, if there was one. The NPC is no longer able to drive the car, so you can walk up to their car and steal it from them. The next thing I added was the ability to insta-kill an NPC when you shoot them in the head. Before I did this, the NPCs must have had skulls made of titanium or something, as they were able to take multiple bullets to the face and be fine. So unfortunately for the NPCs, I replaced their epic titanium skulls with boring normal crushable ones. So now when you shoot them in the head, they just die instantly. If you are enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing, as I make monthly game development videos just like this one, and it helps out a ton. The next thing I tried to do was improve the car's traction physics. In a nutshell, traction is basically the grip between the road and a car's tires. It's basically what allows the car to accelerate, brake and turn without slipping. If a car's tires have lost traction, that's what causes the car to skid. In real life, a tire can lose traction when the wheel is spinning faster or slower than the car is moving. An effect this can have is that if you are stopped in a really fast car and you put your foot down, your back wheels will lose traction. Another effect this can cause is that when you pull the handbrake while moving in a car, the back wheels will lose traction as their rotation has completely stopped. In order to get the new traction system to work, I would have to make the car's wheels rotate in a more realistic way. No matter what I did, the wheel rotation just didn't look right. I started to become frustrated, so I decided to go for a walk, both to take a break from what I was doing and to look at the cars that drive past and see how their wheels rotate. When I came back, I decided that my wheel rotation looked good enough for now, so I decided to start working on improving the traction physics. After a while of trying to get the physics to work, I decided that I would implement the system when I had more time, maybe after I complete the minimum viable product. This was because the system was quite confusing and difficult to make and debug, and also because I didn't think I needed too much detail and realism for the car physics right now, as I was aiming to release a very basic demo of the game, which won't require everything to be completed yet, and I can always make the physics of the cars more realistic later in development. This system, however, is required to make the handbrake work, which I didn't think was a feature I could add later, so what I ended up doing was whenever the handbrake was held, I changed the grip of the back tyres to be low. Later in development, I will make it more realistic, having the traction of the back tyres be calculated from the wheel's spinning speed compared to the car's speed, and since the handbrake stops the rotation of the back wheels, they would lose traction. The last thing I did was made it possible to pop tyres on cars when you shoot them. When you pop a tyre, the car will lower near where the tyre was, as the wheel's radius is now less, as the tyre is no longer there. The wheel also almost has no traction on the road without the tyre, making it near impossible to drive when you popped all of the car's tyres. So that's everything that I recently did on the Larcenist. If you're wondering why I didn't review my roadmap in this devlog, it's because currently we are almost halfway through October, and it will be tricky doing the calculations for things like the velocity. So I will review my roadmap in the October devlog, as that will hopefully come out at the beginning of November, making it easier to calculate everything. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.